Now, for the last couple of weeks, tensions between Russia and the West have been boiling like soup in a casserole. And now, that soup has not just boiled over, it has exploded. This morning, President Vladimir Putin announced that he was going to be conducting a special military operation in the Ukraine with the intent of protecting the people in the separatist Luhansk and Donetsk regions and also denazifying Ukraine.
Мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции. Ее цель – защита людей, которые на протяжении 8 лет подвергаются издевательствам, геноциду со стороны киевского режима. И для этого мы будем стремиться к демилитаризации и денацификации Украины.
So for the last couple of hours, Russian military has been bombing various sites around Ukraine with the intent of potentially taking over the entire country. The Ukrainian forces have also reported that the Russians are apparently trying to capture Chernobyl because that is the quickest way to Kiev. The response so far from the international community has been unanimous. US, UK and the EU have all condemned Russia's actions, and Ukraine even cut diplomatic ties with Russia. Now, I don't think I need to say this, but obviously Russia broke international law by attacking a sovereign nation, and in my opinion, Europe and US should intervene immediately in order to push back this big threat. We are literally witnessing history repeat itself. An autocratic power which persecutes its own citizens is attacking a sovereign nation, and Europe and US are doing absolutely nothing about it apart from introducing a number of sanctions that are gonna do fuck all. Vladimir Putin is currently the biggest security threat to the entirety of Europe, and if we want to protect our liberal values, we have to fight back against them. We have to intervene in this Ukraine situation, because if we don't, this guy is gonna get into his head that he is invulnerable, and then he's gonna go for the Baltic states, then he's gonna go for Poland, and then he might go for Western Europe, because this guy is a psychopath. Now, you may be wondering, why is Putin doing all of this? And I have 5 words for you. Revival of the Russian Empire. You see, Putin has never been discreet about his opinion on the collapse of the Soviet Union, even once calling it the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the century. In his mind, Russia became a weak country during the 1990s, so in order to restore its former status as a superpower, Russia needs to expand its sphere of influence. Putin has also said on several occasions, including on the one where he recognized the separatist regions, that Ukraine was not a true nation.
Putin also essentially laid claim to Ukraine. He said Ukraine is not just a neighboring country, it's an integral part of our history, culture. Modern Ukraine was entirely created by Russia, by Bolshevik communist Russia, to be exact.
So what we have here in essence is a maniac trying to hold on to his power for as long as possible, and according to him, the best way to do that is by going to war. It honestly amazes me that people would put their trust in such a madman, but then again, people also put their trust into Trump. Alright guys, so now it's evening, and I thought I'd record this segment in order to give you guys an update. A lot of things have happened ever since I recorded my last segment, and so I thought I'd read you out some news. UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced the toughest sanctions yet on Russia. Now, even though economic sanctions can be beneficial, I think here they are about as effective as an out-of-date contraceptive. The last time such sanctions were implemented on Russia was in 2014, and it seems that they haven't really worked because the Russians don't seem to have learned their lesson. If the US, UK and Europe truly cared about preserving Western democracy, they would not just limit themselves on sanctions. They would actually send military aid to the Ukrainian army so that they could fight back against the fascist imperialist known as Putin, so that the Russian army could go home and so that Ukraine could be a sovereign nation once again. There have been anti-war protests taking place near Kremlin. According to reports, 2,000 people are participating and 735 people so far have been arrested. While of course it's a great thing that people are protesting, the harsh reality is that Kremlin does not care about its public image, because practically Russia is nowadays a dictatorship, so they don't even need to care about public opinion in order to keep on having power. Also, according to CNN, 50% of Russians believe that it was right for Putin to use military force to keep Ukraine out of NATO, and 33% believe that Ukraine and Russia should be reunited. It seems at this point that the entire Russian population has been brainwashed by the government in order to believe everything they say, and as a Russian, I find that extremely depressing. But anyway guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you all so much for watching and for all of your support. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, turn notifications on, please comment because it really helps me out in the algorithm, and I hope everything goes well. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.